I'm Dr. Andy Hugues. I'm Director of Dams and Water Resources at Atkins. Atkins is the 6th largest consultancy in the world, so I run a team of engineers who design dams, repair dams and do remedial works associated with them. I also do an awful lot of teaching around the world, and also things like the Hydropower Conference here where I act as chairman. Well, with all of these events, it's a mix of things. It's a venue where one always learns something. There's something new technically, new products, new ways of doing things, and you listen and hear from your fellow colleagues, their problems and how they've solved them. It's a networking event where you meet people and share ideas and hopefully pick up work, and it's a social event as well. So it's a real mix of different facilities. Well, I think hydropower has now been accepted as the renewable power. It's the largest area of renewable power in the world. All countries will have to have a mix where they can of different power sources, but hydropower has been recognized as a renewable green source of energy, easily achieved, and mixed with other energy sources, it's got to be a main player. One of the things we face problems with is the lead-in time to produce these schemes. Some of the smaller schemes not so, but some of the larger schemes take many years to plan and negotiate and actually get onto the ground. And when you're talking about 20 years of planning and project implementation, it really does mean that one has to plan ahead, but it also means that we're not actually producing the benefits that hydropower can produce for those who need those benefits. Well, these are complex projects. They involve many stakeholders, both from an engineering point of view and from a social point of view and political point of view. So my project managers really have to be a master of everything. They have to know their technical skills. They need to be engaged with the political and the social aspects and environmental aspects. And these days project managers have to cover a whole range of these different skills that they never have to in the past. And unless you get all of those elements right, the scheme just won't happen. Well, of course, these projects are big, and there's many stakeholders, many communication routes, and indeed one of the sessions I've just been chairing, one of the papers was talking about how one manages this huge array of documentation. So we're becoming much more wider in our viewpoint. We're trying to use special techniques, computer programs that enable people to share information much more quickly, much more easily, and therefore you're able to control the project and indeed save costs on those projects. Well, it's just, as I say, it is increasing, and we as engineers have to be sympathetic to that, because perhaps we haven't done that in the past. And we are going to have to be more educated in the use of software packages that allow that integration across countries, across the world, and between different disciplines. They will be a necessary part of these larger projects as they occur.